Hey, good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Another wacky day weather-wise across Michigan with, again, a pocket of localized heavy snowfall. 6 inches plus in Oakland and Livingston counties overnight and now, and a few more inches on the way for many spots, and a second snow tomorrow, a widespread snow dropping from the north out of Lake Huron, backing into northeast lower Michigan, and then dropping southward through much of the eastern half of lower Michigan for tomorrow. So this forecast, I got to tell you, if you want me to talk spring in this Facebook Live, you probably better just hit end right now, because the next couple of days are definitely on the snowy and wintry side. Good morning, Lord King. All right, let's get to it. And where is the snow right now? Well, a large chunk of southern lower has snow going on. And remember, there's a capability or an end limit to radar, so you don't, where you see the end of precipitation or what looks like it on the radar is not necessarily where the snow is ending. But again, in the green right now, northeast of Ann Arbor, near Pontiac, Oakland, Livingston County continues to be kind of a pivot point. You can kind of get a feel for this, how everything's rotating around. That's what happens with storm systems. They rotate counterclockwise, and there's a pivot point that's just kind of stuck there and slowly waning. And because it's stuck there, you continue to get snowfall. Okay, there's a secondary area of moderate to heavy snow now. Ionia, now reporting 7 inches of snow overnight, and this area is slipping slowly southward and shrinking toward Lansing. So this area, this is where I expected a heavy batch in my post yesterday. This one, you know, quite honestly, I knew that I wouldn't be able to cover this entire forecast because it's localized, 1 or 2 county size big areas of heavier snow than other areas. So, and that's the way tomorrow is going to be too. So we'll look at that. All right. Because of the heavy snow, winter storm warning in effect until 9 a.m. for Oakland and Livingston County. The rest of the area has winter weather advisory. Hey, good morning, Steve from Battle Creek. So let's get into the radar forecast here and show you what's going to happen today. We're going to start at 8 o'clock this morning. And the main feature is going to be this small area, Oakland, Livingston County, drifting southeast toward northern Detroit areas. And then this area. Mary says, good snowy morning from Elma. All right, we're at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, so the area north of Lansing should shift through Lansing, and this is probably a 2 to 4 inch snow. And the area that's over Oakland and Livingston County, that's probably going to be weakening in the next few hours. That's why the winter storm warning is in effect till 9 in the morning. And we're into 1 this afternoon. That area of snow kind of fans out and drifts toward the east. So a snowy morning in the southeast quadrant, lower Michigan. Snow ending over on the west. The northeast. Now we got to focus on this because there's another pivot point that's developing, and this is tomorrow's storm system. Looks better put together, and it's going to be a pivot point here that'll roll southward and bring this precipitation in and then south. So kind of now start to focus on this area and watch how it's going to move. It's going to increase in intensity and move in off of Lake Huron. So kind of a lake enhanced. You can almost see the donut hole of the pivot point developing, and this model won't go real far, but it goes into tonight, and you can see that pivot point developing, and again, starting to roll to the south. So guess what? Another snow on the way for tomorrow. Okay, here's the snowfall for today. I hesitate to show this to you because these isolated, localized things don't seem to work out real well, but this model has that area north of Lansing shifting southward. And like I said, it's probably a 2 to 4 inch snow with some spots at 5 to 6 inches. So very localized. You could see just a countywide. And I wouldn't put that exactly there. It could be anywhere in this region. And then we look up to the north, and that snow's starting to back in from Lake Huron, and you can see how it's getting heavy. That's over 6 inches of snow and shifting southeast. So tomorrow will definitely have to be watched. I would call it a snowstorm in the northeast, and I would call it a potential snowstorm by our March standards in the southeast quarter of Lower Michigan. Here's that model. This is tonight at 7 o'clock. April B wants to know how much for Battle Creek, East Leroy area. Battle Creek is probably going to be out of this main band that swings through, although some lake effect is going to develop on Friday. So Battle Creek, I think you're probably just a couple of inches and not in the surprise part. Okay, we go to tomorrow morning, see the low pressure center that is formed over Lake Huron, the trough, and here comes the snow working its way southward. This is midday tomorrow. Snow, that's a snowy pattern with some lake enhancement because it's plenty cold enough for snow. And that's tomorrow night. And then as we go into Friday morning, look what happens. Lake effect snow band in the southwest and maybe in the northwest up around Traverse City. So this is the best way I know to give you tomorrow's precipitation. This is a 24 hour amount. I'm going to get back to this one, this question here from Carolyn LePan in just a second here. But I want to finish this thought. This is tomorrow's, this is the 24-hour amount of precipitation from tomorrow morning to early Friday morning. And it's in liquid form, but you can probably go 1 to 1 or maybe even 1.5 to 1. And so you're talking a solid 2 to 4 inch snow. I think there's an area in there, excuse me, maybe of 6 inches plus. So again, it's a localized thing. Now Laura wants to know about downtown Detroit tomorrow night. Detroit will get into that general snow shower pattern, but it'll probably be weakening some and it will have lost some moisture. So I would say downtown Detroit tomorrow night could get 1 to maybe 3 inches of snow, probably leaning on the 1 to 2. And someone wants to know, what app do I recommend to show snow accumulation? Oh boy. You know, I think the National Weather Service snowfall forecasts are about the most even keel that you can get. So, here we go. Another area of snow heading toward Lansing into southeast Michigan. We've had 7 to 9 inches of snow in 2 counties overnight, Livingston and Oakland counties. We've also had 7 inches in Ionia County. There's another 2 to 4 inch localized burst. So today, if you're driving across the state of Michigan, you get varying conditions. Now, during the late morning and into the afternoon, temperatures should pop up to 32 to 36. That should help the roadways some. So if you want to travel and don't want snowy roads, I would say wait until tomorrow, this afternoon, when it warms up a little bit. Tomorrow is another snow. Tomorrow is another full-fledged snow. It's not one of these blockbuster snowstorms that comes from the southwest and socks a whole big area. It's something that comes in from the north, drops down through the northeast part of Lower Michigan, through the Saginaw Valley, Bay City, Midland, through the Thumb, through Flint, maybe Lansing, and then eventually down into the Detroit and Ann Arbor area as it loses steam as it gets to the far south. I told you, it's a wintry broadcast here. We'll just have to deal with it. We know it'll change at some point, but right now, the next week looks like winter. So I'm going to sign off. I'll let you shovel your sidewalk. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and stay updated with us on MLive here the next 24 to 48 hours, because we are going to have some fluky areas that get much heavier snow than surrounding areas. So we'll try to keep you updated, but you just got to know that it's a highly variable snow amount situation with this kind of situation. Take care. Be careful.